Hello my friends, hello Photoshop lovers, welcome to another exciting episode in our Photoshop design series. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to create this poster inside of Photoshop, right? So, like always, I'm going to give out the PSD file to 5 persons if you can only get the code inside of this video. So when you get the code, make sure you drop it in the comment section and I'll send a PSD file to you. If you've not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you turn on post notifications so you don't miss any videos I'll be dropping anytime from now. Without having to say much, let's get started. So the first thing is click on file and I'm just going to change the name here. So it's going to be social media poster. I'm using a 4x5 inches, resolution 300 inches, transparent, and click on create. So you are greeted with this interface, right? So the first thing I need to go is go to my resource file. The link to download the resource file is in the description of this video, so you don't want to miss the description of this video. So I'm going to make this bigger, draw it down like this. But one thing I want to do is get rid of this upper part. So go and select your polygonal lasso tool. Make sure your cap lock is turned off and make your selection like this. So I'm going to select this way, right? So Control Shift I to invert the selection, right? Then click on the mask. Make sure you invert before you click on the mask, right? Cool. So you have the first image, which is this road. I'm going to bring in this guy here, make it smaller. If I go on, a couple of things I want to do. Let's make it pop. So filter, camera raw like this, and I'm going to throw in these settings. So copy my settings. Texture, very important. Clarity, very important. And I think the last one, I'm going to add some DAs and also scroll down, sharpen this and click OK like this. Okay, so you have this done. Go ahead and select the ellipse marquee selection tool. Hold down Shift and Alt and draw from the middle like this to draw a perfect circle like this. And also don't forget to invert the selection. If you don't invert, you're going to get this. So invert it and click on the mask like this. So select the rectangle marquee and still on the mask, select your brush. Make sure that you are on black. Your foreground color is set to black. If not, this is what you're going to get. So set this to black and remove these areas like this. Okay, great. So make sure you move these areas like this and Ctrl D to deselect when you are done selecting. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is okay, let me take this back up. Let me leave it up here. Okay, great. Go over to your ellipse tool. Now you're drawing a shape. Want to position this here like this. Ctrl J to make a duplicate copy of it, and you want to make this smaller. Double click on the thumbnail to change the color. So I'm going to be using something around here. Click OK. Make this smaller. Make another copy of it. This time make it smaller. You want to remove the stroke, set it to 0. Okay, so for the smaller one, double click to change the color. Throw in a little bit of orange there, like this. Go to filter, go to blur, Gaussian blur, and yes, of course, we want to convert this, and somewhere around here is good, so click OK, and we're done. So you want to select everything, and including the tire itself, and you want to drag all of them down below the road, and also adjust the road. Good. So move it down like this. Cool. Okay, so let's work on the tire now. So go to photo filter, make sure you're selecting this color, make sure you're clipping it. Photo filter again, and create clipping mask. You want to also increase this way, like this. Okay. Click on exposure, and also create clipping mask like this, and copy my settings for this like this, and make sure you're not doing too much. But the good thing about it is you can always go back to adjust all of this. Okay. So the next thing, invert it, and just make sure you are putting the exposure where it's supposed to be, around these areas. Make sure it's not close to the tire areas. So this is why I want the exposure to be, right? Not on the entire image. Okay. So you can reduce this, or you can leave it the way it is. It's perfect that way, right? So the next thing you want to do is click on exposure. This time we are working on the tire, right? Click on exposure, and of course invert this, and I'm going to only apply on areas that I need this. So I'm going to make these areas dark like this, dark like this, dark like this, and I'm still working on the tire, by the way. So I'm going to select all of them, right? And I'm going to, of course, rename this so I can easily navigate. It's very, very important that you keep your layers very, very clean and tidy. Also group this too, and I'll name this road, right? Okay, so that's it, keeping it safe. All right, guys, if you've not gotten your Smart Designer Premium assets, most of the assets I use for my videos are inside of this bundle, from your 3D text, your elements, even template flyers. You can get it inside. Also, your CORELDRAW bundle is also available. This, you have your banners, you can drag and drop and edit all of this, even your ready-made flyers, and also a birthday flyers. It's power packed with templates, right? And also your social media pack for your PSD flyers are also available. So to get yours, click the link in the description of this video to get all of these bundles. So the next thing I'm going to do is click on this guy here and bring it here. So make sure it's the last image inside all these layers here. So this is where I have mine. So what I'm going to do with this image is very, very simple. Click on Gaussian blur and make sure the blur is not too much. So somewhere around here is good. Somewhere around here is fine. It's okay. So go click OK like this when you're done. So another thing I need to do is click on hue and saturation and click on colorize, right? You guessed right. So what I want to do is I'm going to move towards the yellow part, right? So increase the saturation like this and tilt towards this angle like this. Increase the blur like this. So you're left with this. So I'm just going to go to the layer where I have the tire, and no, that's not right. Okay, so adjustment layer, click on solid color, and I'm going to select this color here, this one here. Click OK, and right click and make sure you clip it to the tire itself, right? Immediately change the blend mode to, let's work with linear lights. Yes, good. So you can reduce your opacity here, or you can leave it the way it is. Let's make our adjustment first. Invert this, Ctrl Shift I, and only paint on the areas where you need that solid color, right? So it's like the sun reflection and all of that. So I'm going to change the color. You can see I changed the color, right? So it's easy this way. So go to blending option. Now under blending option, with your Alt key, move this aside and click OK. All right, and click OK. Okay. So select this and change the color, click OK. But we're not applying it to this background here, we're applying it to this one, the road. So drag it to the layer where you have the road and clip it on the road, right? So change the blend mode again to linear. Yeah, it gets right. And right click and of course blending option. Hold down your Alt key while you drag this to create this effect like this, and click OK when you're done. So you can reduce this or leave it somewhere around here. I'm going to leave mine here. Invert this, Ctrl Shift I to invert this, and I'm only going to paint in on this area that I have my lights. So I can then reduce this or leave it somewhere here. I'm going to leave it here. Okay, so close this up so I don't have, group this so my layers are not scattered all around, right? So the next thing you want to do is go over to resource file, like I said again, and I'm going to say it, the resource file is in the description of this video. Click enter, but then make sure you drag it to the top of all the other layers. I'm going to make this smaller like this, right? Somewhere around here is good. So a couple of things that's wrong with this image. The first thing, we need to correct the exposure. So click to the image and copy my settings here. So exposure, the first thing we're going to do is to use these settings. Okay, so copy the settings and use for yours too. So invert this, and with your brush selected, I'm just going to paint in on those areas where I need the effects to be visible, right? On these areas, on these areas, you can see that I reduced the flow of my brush so that it's not on 100%. Just make sure we get things done the right way, right? These areas are going to be very, very dark because it's far from the light source. Next thing you need to do is select curve adjustments, clip, and go over to where you have RGB and reduce the blue to add some yellows to it. Go over to RGB again, then drop to create contrast like this. Like you can see now, you have a good contrast in the image, right? So you can group all of this and name this car. Simple, easy peasy. So the next thing you want to do is go over to your brush. You can increase the flow to like 74, and you can choose to do this, you can choose not to do this, it's optional, right? So but I'm just going to do this, but it's still good. Like I said, it's optional. So you can just create this shadow like kind of effect. So on the road, on top of the road layer, I'm going to create a new layer and I'm going to bring in this image now. So this is going to be like the icing on the cake, and we use this. So what you want to do is click on the mask, and with your brush selected, we want to erase these parts, right? And also the edges, don't forget that. So go over to the edges, remove the edges, make sure your brush is small. Reduce the edges like this, and then you're good to go. So change the blend mode to linear dodge add and bring this down here like this. Make it bigger and better. Move this somewhere here. Yes, somewhere here is good. Ctrl J and flip this to this other side, right? So when it's flipped, we can make some adjustments. Like you can see the part under the car tire, so we need to get rid of that part. But first of all, on this, I'm going to create color balance on the tire. So I'm going to add some yellows to this for the midtones and some reds to it, right? Some yellows and some reds. On the highlights, I'm going to tilt towards the red and also towards the yellow. Then for the shadows, I'm going to add some reds to it to make it pop more. Just like this. Okay, so oh no, this is wrong. Ctrl Z, delete this. You're working on the mask. So on the mask with your brush, make sure you are cleaning all those areas under the tire, right? If you're doing something, make sure you are striving for excellence. Make it perfect. Reduce the opacity of my brush and also erase some parts here. Okay, erase some parts here, and then you're good to go. So lastly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my text. I type this out so we won't waste the whole day on one design. So keep going no matter what. Unlock your potential with not pole. Okay, overall, I'm going to do a color balance adjustment. I'm going to add some yellows, just copy my settings, some reds, so that everything blends well, right? The two major colors in this design is the yellows and the red, so that's why I'm tilting towards those yellow and red, even when I'm trying to color balance, right? So that's one thing you need to understand about compositioning. If you want to know more about compositioning, the masterclass about creativity is the one for you. So you should get that, and so that you have platform to ask your questions, right? More direct questions. So to get that, also mastering creativity is in the description of this video, so you can click and also book a slot. So guys, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that YouTube can refer this video to people that are going to need this video. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.